mean, it's incredible how it's simple, but it is not. The design is simple, but the amount of stuff it makes it super complex because it's like infinite. You mean what you see here is on Mercury, is on Saturn, is on Neptune, is on the asteroid belt, is on every comet, asteroid that fly by. It's all the same thing. It's like, I don't think anything is rotating, it's just vibrating and it makes it look like it's rotating. Our brain interprets that like that. It's some kind of mind control so badass that we cannot. Probably the military industrial complex has decoded all of it, some of it. But I doubt that the energy that moves all of this is replicatable. Cannot replicate that in any lab or nah. See, look at that. There is a big old tube that becomes solid here, but then it comes from right here. It comes translucent, and then it's translucent and solid and translucent. See, look. The bottom part, the same thing, but it's only the dark area. In the bright area, you don't see the same scaffolding, but it's there. I mean, you can see it on this image. You can see it right there, look. See, look, boom, right there, and then it continues right here. It's all there. It's just where the light shines on it, it becomes almost invisible. And you can see in certain videos where you can see the deal is vibrating. It looks like it's raining. Something looks like it's raining or it's underwater, and it's not. It's just that type of energy is celestial, man. Something that we can know is not your regular physics. Look at that. It continues all over this picture in the dark areas. And in some part of the bright area is visible, like right there. Look at that. You can see the tubes, and you can see how but it's the same exact sculptures or geometry. The geometry of a hand holding something. And it's perfect on top of that. I haven't found one single mistake. Not a single mistake. One thing is part of another, which is part of another, that makes a bigger one, that is a bigger one, and it goes on both sides, to the largest and to the smallest. Look at that. Boom. And then you see that here it becomes the same geometry. Run, ends. And you see the ghostly deal here and the same geometry. I mean, it blends in so many ways. It's just amazing. Look at that. It's translucent, double. Here it's almost like a helix, but it's straight sections, longer. Like it's like that, then like this, then like that. It's insane, but it is. Because Not a single investigator is looking into any of this. They don't even know. They will say, well, what the heck are you talking about, man? You and religious shit, it has nothing to do with religion, man. This is just pure interpretation of what's on that image, man. This is not a mistake or a fluke. I've seen this already thousands of times. Just like I say, 99% of people, their brain is not capable of going there. For some reason, it's like, no, I refuse. Mama, my head hurts. This dude told me that when I start showing that shit, he say that he got a headache. How the hell you gonna get a headache from just showing you some images? Look, see, look how the tubes. But I mean, there's thousands of them in just that one piece right there. Thousands of them. Look. Look at that. And you can see that that shit goes deep, deep, deep. It varies in some places, but it's all the same thing. It doesn't change. So this deal is exactly like that one on the moon is your worst nightmare. And it's on every freaking shape.
Finding your next car just got easier.
Unfortunately, look at this one right here. Look at the tube right there, the translucent deal, how it goes up into, see, look at that. There they are. Look at this tube right here. A ghostly tube, check it out. It's really thick. But it goes into the moon and the cross. And look at the cross. It has these tubes along the surface on top of that, and then has some other that go diagonal, but along the surface too. So that thing goes deep and on the surface, the cross. This is some kick-ass, kick-ass design. You just have to tip your hat to whoever designed this deal. We call it God. But it's something so ancient and so, I cannot even start to think how this came to be and why this solar system is made. It's like a personal project. Oh, let's make this solar, and they're still working on it because you can see that part of the solar system, there are pictures where the chunks missing chunks in space itself. It's like they're still working at it. It's like a work in progress. And it's not gonna be finished for a long time. And who knows what it's gonna look at the end, if there is any end, because I probably think it's gonna just transform and keep on transforming. Unfortunately, we only last 90, 100 years, and a little bit longer than that. And probably that was not the first design. The first design probably lasted a long time, but something intervened and messed up the whole thing, and now we only use 10% of the brain capacity. This is when you start thinking about all this deal, boy, it's like, wow, man, well, what happened to us? How did we got short-handed there? Say, look at the tubes right there. Look at the tube. It goes right there, boom, 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 boom. then hit right there, then you don't see it anymore, but it's continue right there. Look, there it is. It continues into space, or what we call a space. It's not a space, it's something else. It's a structure, look. And you can see, I mean, you cannot see any stars. Those are not stars. Those are, like I said, fingernails. Now look at the geometry on the ground itself. It's all perfect. And if you have really good eyes, then you see how the translucent columns rises up from the crust into what we call a space. Look at that. The column that goes there, and you can see the columns. I mean, it's some kind of physics that we just don't have a clue, man. Now look at this deal right here. Everybody think that that is a spaceship, alien spaceship. What they don't realize that the dark part, look right there, that shit continues into that dark deal. See, people think that this thing is like this. Look. It's like an aerodynamic deal with this. And look, and it has an extension there, and then look, it's something that if it was a real spaceship, it doesn't make sense. That right there. It's supposed to be some kind of spacecraft parked right there. And then you see some other tools and what it looks like a support equipment right there. Look at that. At first, I would believe the same thing as everybody else. Oh, that's a spacecraft, and those are, you know, an alien base, you know. Now I know it's none of that. It's a sculpture. It's part of the ground. It's probably an electromagnetic vehicle, and look at this white, opaque color, white something there. See, look at that. Let me move this deal. See, that dark part was sanitized. In that part, you don't see no details of anything, except that white deal. That is dull color. But then you see, look at the tube that is right there, that tube. And I have found a lot of pictures that have that kind of deal. The same. Look at that on the moon cross right there. That tube right there, and not just one, but there's a bunch of them. But they just blend. See how it blends into this deal right here, and it has all the same geometry of a hand. I mean, you can see the same thing going in